Hi everybody. I see we already have people joining us. My name is Inemari. I am Babylonstoren's food stylist and online recipe developer, and I am in the milk room with Alta, our fantastic cheesemaker, artisanal cheesemaker, and we've got a surprise for you. So Alta, tell me about our surprise.
Oh, I'm so excited. Today I want to show you, we want to show you, we are launching our first ever Connoisseur's cheese box. This is always so exciting to open because all the effort that they put in this box of how they package it, the little note card in it is just, it's so special. I would buy this for myself and for a gift.
I want to say, yeah, you need two.
Yeah, you need to.
Definitely
Two
two.
or more, definitely. So inside the box, we have a very nice little card, which is cheese selection, and it's got a little description at the back of what types of cheeses you get, so that you can collect it to make and play with your own cheeses. So yeah, you get this little card, and then what's inside?
What's inside? I can't wait.
Yeah, this is amazing. So I'm just going to put this down here. So the first thing we are unpacking is the cheese straws, which goes very well with cheese. And I know Carla, our gelato maker, she loves buying this about every day. Then we have our Shiraz preserve, which got quite an interesting story, but we'll get to that later. We have a very special spiced olive, artisanal little cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got very special 18 months matured parmesan cheese. And we've got our buffalo, sorry. We've got our gorgonzola, which is all the way imported from Italy, hand selected from the farm to make sure that you get a nice cheese. And then we also have, last but not least, very special to me, our water buffalo bocconcini.
Fantastic. So, one of the questions we normally get when we, do cheese boards is, what do you have any like T's and C's? What would you recommend putting on a cheese board? And while I pack, Alta will tell you a little bit more about the cheeses. But if I have to run through it quickly, there's four main things. One would be a good selection of cheese, which I think we definitely have. Two is something sweet, again with the Shiraz preserve. Something crunchy, like the cheese straws, thank you. And then last but not least, something fresh. But I'll go into the little bit more detail now. While we unpack, why don't you tell us about the cheeses?
Okay, exciting. Okay, with the gorgonzola picante, it's imported from Italy. It's really creamy. It's nice and spicy, and this goes very well with roasted quinces, fresh fruits, honey, and you can eat this just as it is. So this is a very nice cheese, and it's it's all the way from. Let me just look at my cook notes. Novara. Sorry. Okay, so this is the first cheese, is a gorgonzola, and just keep in mind this does contain animal rennet, which is not vegetarian friendly.
But our other cheeses are, aren't they?
They are.
Fantastic.
All of the cheeses are. It's just this little special oak because it is imported, and gorgonzola.
So one of my favorites is actually the parmesan, the 18-month parmesan. It kind of takes me back to Italy because it has that beautiful salt crystals in it and that nutty flavor. And so yes, and this is actually made with vegetable rennet, so it is vegetarian friendly. Will you open that for us, please?
I don't think I mentioned the best time to serve your cheese is about room temperature. And we took the box out about an hour ago. Just keep in mind the type of weather. Is it like 40 degrees outside if you're in Wellington or Paarl? Or if it's, depending on the weather.
Anywhere else in the Western Cape or South Africa, they're maybe 2 hours.
Yeah. So these are nice room temperature.
There's a knife, you can
like
cut
you
that
can
open.
see, this is beautiful.
Okay, and then tell me about the spiced artisanal cheese.
Oh, this cheese. Oh, this is actually inspired by the Spice House because we have the beautiful olives on the farm, we have the nice vineyards on the farm, and we also have the Spice House. So this is nicely coated with cumin, cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. And then the nice thing is the flavor that infuses the cheese from the outside to the inside. And yeah, it's a semi-hard cheddar-style cheese, which is really easy eatable, and kids would also love eating this.
And how can you put it on a sandwich?
You can.
Because a lot of the times people ask, like, what do I do with all the cheeses that's left over? And I think because it's such a big cheese, it's definitely something that would come up. Like, what do I do with the leftovers? And a sandwich, a second cheese board, late night snacks. The spices aren't overpowering, so you still get that beautiful, smooth, semi-hard cheese. It just adds a little bit of oomph, that beautiful texture.
It's quite nice.
Okay, and then you also mentioned something about the gorgonzola and honey, right?
Oh, yes.
So because you mentioned that earlier, there's nothing more breathtaking or spectacular on a cheese board if you add honeycomb. So with your gorgonzola, we have a delicious honeycomb, and you can actually buy all of this online.
Yes.
All of this
Yeah.
online. The box is 750 Rand, if I'm right?
Yes. Which is not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. It's actually a very good price if you think about it, because this is a complete cheese board except for the fresh. It's a complete cheese board. You don't need anything else. And that's what makes it so fantastic. So like I said, we've got the honeycomb, which I'll take out in a minute, and then the artisanal spiced cheese, because that's fantastic. And then, do you mind opening this for me, please?
Not at all.
So for crunch, we can either do the cheese straws, or we can do a nut. Our macadamias and almonds and pecan nuts are all fantastic. And they come in a tin, which is, again, very giftable, and also easy to take around. And they're quite safe. They don't crunch. So I'm going to open a tin for crunch. There we go. And then our cheese straws. There we go.
Just to mention with this cheese, it's quite big. So when you have leftover cheese, which not really happens in my home, I like
Really?
eating all of it. I only have one cheese in my fridge, believe it or not. So once you put a little bit of leftover cheese on the platter, you can just nicely tight cling wrap it, and whenever you take it out and cut it, you can just replace it with fresh cling wrap, just to make sure that it doesn't mold.
Yeah, because that's actually a very interesting thing. I didn't know. And then the second thing, what about this Shiraz preserve? You mentioned something about the Shiraz preserve earlier.
Okay, sorry to disappoint, but that is not made from Shiraz wine.
Aw.
It's actually grapes that's been harvested and hand pitted. Sorry. So you will find some pips in here for a little bit of crunch, but this is the tiny little grape. You see, because Shiraz grapes is much smaller and also handmade. Beautiful.
Wow. So there's a little bit of crunch, but not too much. A little bit of sweetness.
Good for texture.
So let's see. For our cheese board now, we've got our cheeses. Oh, you know what you haven't spoken about?
My bocconcini.
Your bocconcinis.
Oh my gosh, how can I forget the star of the show? Sorry. So, interesting fact, if you see the bocconcini, you'll see there's a little water buffalo on top of the packaging. Her name is actually Violet. We have about 52 water buffaloes in the milking shed at the moment. And we don't give our buffalo numbers, they got names. There is even an Alta, and I'm trying to convince Kobus to get an Inemari.
Oh, thank you. Yes, please.
So, Violet is a 10-year-old cow, and she is very, very affectionate. She loves attention. And then she's also the cow that gives us the most most milk. It's 10 liters, no, 21 liters.
21
liters a day. And
Don't
we
sell her
only
short.
milk- No, I won't. Shame. Sorry, Violet. So for us, normal buffalo is between 7 or 8 liters. She gives 21 liters, which is fantastic.
That is fantastic. And then the bocconcinis are how many grams?
Oh, these tiny little cherry size is called bocconcini. They are beautiful. I really want to eat one now, so I'll take one. Yeah,
I didn't
so
see anything,
we
I
get
promise.
different sizes. You get the bocconcini and you get the mozzarella, which is 110 grams, which is also available in the farm shop. So bocconcini translates to in your mouth, and you get you get different sizes, but the normal size is 10 grams. You get the 40 grams, and then you also get the 110 grams. Bocconcini is the only cheese on the cheese platter that's got a short shelf life, but trust me, once you open this, you want to eat this everything finished. So, Inemari, did you ask about something about the fior di latte and
Yes,
mozzarella?
I actually had a question earlier for her. What is the difference between fior di latte and bocconcini or a mozzarella? Is there a difference?
Yes. Fior di latte is made from cow's milk, where buffalo mozzarella is made from buffalo milk. Interesting fact.
Okay, I did not know that.
Sorry, I have to have one.
Okay, so one of the other questions that also, with winter coming, if I think mozzarella, I think tomatoes, peaches, basils, very summery. But what can you do with it for winter and autumn coming up now?
Oh, I remember if Naomi makes soup, it's the best restaurant. Yes, you can.
Yes, that is.
Just grab a handful of bocconcini and just throw it in your soup. When you take lasagna hot from the oven, you can just sprinkle some of these bocconcini over. It's nice and creamy, stretchy, melts in your mouth. You can marinate this. If you do your roasted vegetables afterwards, you can just mix it through. You can add a little bit of sandro tomato pesto with it. You can.
Okay.
So much you can do with it.
Okay, fantastic. Then let's run through our cheese board now.
Yes.
We've got our cheese selection. And what I love about the cheese selection as well is we've got the gorgonzola, which is a little bit stronger, but still creamy. And we've got the parmesan, which has that fantastic crunch and it's a nice, hard, strong cheese. And then we've got something lighter for someone who might not like a parmesan or a gorgonzola with the mild cheese. And then the fresh. So we've got the cheese, we've got the crunch. I always also have a bread because, it's bread. Can't do without bread. And nuts and our cheese straws. And then, thank you for reminding me. Savory. So for our savory, one of the options is either our tapenade. I don't know if you've ever tasted our calamata. We've got three. We've got a caper, a herb, and an anchovy. It has a beautiful saltiness to it that will complement most of the cheeses on the cheese board. Or Yaku, our butcher, is fabulous with all our charcuteries. And then you can add some charcuterie. And then fresh. But why did we put the cheese board together? Like, what was the reason or the thinking behind the Connoisseur's box?
It's to showcase all the wonderful cheeses that we have. We hand select some imported cheeses, and of course as a gift, just to show how amazing the cheese is. Gift for myself, for you, for everyone else.
Am I getting one for Easter?
Yes, you are. So
That's actually a great idea. It's a beautiful box to take with you wherever you're going for Easter. And like I mentioned, you don't need much more than what we've got. One of the other things, this isn't a permanent box.
No.
So the Connoisseur's concept is permanent, but this box is limited.
Yes.
I think that's the fabulous thing that we're also excited about. These are what we are showcasing at the moment, but in a couple of months it'll change. So seasonal, yeah. So there might be some, if we get a new cheese or a cheese and wine.
Yeah, we've got a lot on.
Fantastic. Do we have any questions from our audience? Nothing so much? Okay. What time is it?
Oh, I think the plane's over.
Cheese time.
Cheese time, yes.
Okay. So if you would like to come closer and have a look, please come have a look.
So the best thing to add with this now is a bottle of Babylonstoren. Rosé.
Or Shannon, or red.
Oh, bitter lekker.
Or bitter. Or our new funkeltier.
Yeah, the new funkeltier.
Yes.
Delicious.
That can be fantastic. If you don't drink, we have a beautiful product. And where can you buy this?
Online.
Okay, so shop online. 750 Rand for our beautiful Connoisseur's box. If you have any questions, please ask. But if you are unsure, we also have all the information online about the tasting notes, suggestions, and things like that. Okay.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you.